Hey guys, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Now, while I hadn't started this particular video, I actually sent a few things into the cargo just so that they weren't cluttering up the inventory. Apparently we have 2 gems of Dark Vitality. I don't think anyone else can wear it. No. Okay. I was going to say we can equip that on Adira, but apparently we already have one, so in that case, I think we're going to head off. We're going to go to the, okay, a bit of some stuff here, okay. Lord Captain, I'm getting reports of several ships moving toward us. Judging by the fact that they're not responding to our hails, and the telemetry shows a trail of macro batteries, they're not here for a chinwag, ready to issue orders to prepare for battle at your command. Where did they come from? Why haven't you noticed them before? The rubbish of Furibundus. And I'm not talking about these wrecks that are about to open fire. I mean the remains of meteorites, gas clouds, refuse from the shipyards. It all bunches together and the smaller ships hide behind it to harass ships as they emerge from the warp. Could this be the work of Conrad Voigtbier? It's possible. He could have hired some scum, or maybe it's just a pirate who saw the state of our ship and decided to push his luck. Can we evade the combat? I don't think so, Lord Captain. There'd be no reason to. It'll be easier to blast these scum to smithereens than to evade them. We'll warn Footfall we're coming with a few macro salvos. On my order, all stations get ready for void combat. Alright, so we're getting an introduction to ship combat. This is should be fun. It's going to be interesting. And we're going to see the sort of a home-based development, I suppose, that Alcat is kind of famous for, whether you like it or not. In Kingmaker they had the kingdom management, and then obviously in Wrath of the Righteous they had the crusade. So I'm guessing the ship combat and managing the sort of outfitting of the ship and stuff is kind of like similar to the management side of things that Alcat usually do. Okay. Moving the ship in combat. You have engaged the enemy in space combat. Battles in space and on the surface of planets work quite differently from one another. Okay. In space combat, the battlefield is separated into 3 zones, marked by the various degrees of brightness. Is there supposed to be something we're seeing? Can't really tell. Acceleration zone, mid-movement zone, end movement zone. Ships travel at high speeds even during combat, which is why both your ships and those of your enemies must move a certain distance each round. You can only end your turn once your ship has traversed the minimum required distance upon entering the end movement zone. Okay. To move the ship, click left mouse button on any accessible cell on the battlefield. Once you do, you will see a hologram of the ship that will allow you to evaluate the efficiency of future attacks and actions from that position, just as you would in regular combat. Click left mouse button again to confirm your choice and command the ship to move. Alternatively, you can click right mouse button to remove the hologram. Okay. So I guess this is acceleration, the mid zone, and the end zone. Where do I want to move to? Restart shields. Initiates the process of restarting the shields. The shields will be restored at the start of the flagship's next turn. Rerouting the power to the shields reduces the flagship's speed by 3 and firing range by 2 for its next turn, okay? Void Ship Ram. The flagship rams an enemy, dealing damage. This damage is increased by 10% for each void movement point spent by the flagship to get to the enemy ship, but only after traveling 3 cells. The flagship is then slowed and unable to use prow-mounted weapons until the end of its turn. Target must be at least 2 cells away, can only be used during the acceleration phase. So I guess we can move as much as we want in each phase. Mars Pattern Macro Battery. Short-range broadside macro cannons which fire 4 shots, dealing 14 damage per shot. Mazoa Macro Cannons which fire 2 shots, dealing 14 damage per shot. Short-range broadside macro cannons, okay, but on the other sides. Mazoa Lance Weapon. Long-range lance weapon dealing from 45 to 55 damage to a chosen enemy within a narrow firing arc. Voss Pattern Torpedo Tubes Plasma. Target point within touching distance, okay? Launches 4 torpedo salvos with plasma warheads in the selected location. These torpedoes can move and attack starting from the next round. When attacking, each torpedo deals 19 damage on a direct hit and 13 damage within a 1-cell area on a miss, detonating on a proximity fuse. What is that? Hitting with torpedoes. Torpedoes deal full damage to targets on a direct hit or reduce damage in a 1-cell radius on a miss, detonating on a proximity fuse, or when detonated manually. The chance of a direct hit depends on the target's evasion and any abilities the target might be using to avoid getting hit. Torpedo attacks made via detonation never miss but deal less damage compared to a direct hit. Okay. I guess we can move to here. Let's move here and then we'll use the... Okay. Your ship is equipped with an arsenal of weapons which differ in terms of range of fire and offer you a variety of ways to assault your opponent. The ship can attack with each of its weapons once per turn. Note these can be fired as the ship moves, as attacking does not end the ship's movement. Okay, so we can fire and move. Unlike character combat, I suppose we can call it. Each of the ship's weapons has a separate attack action on the panel at the bottom of the screen. You can click on an attack's icon to view its firing arc and consider what position on the battlefield would be the most advantageous for your ship. Okay. Select an attack option on the panel at the bottom of the screen to attack an enemy with. Then click left mouse button on the enemy ship. Each turn you can use each of the ship's attacks once. Maneuver your ship in battle and attack with different weapons to make the most out of your ship's capabilities. Okay, so we want starboard side macro cannons. Some ships are protected by shields. To deal damage to such an enemy, you must first pierce their shields. 2 shield arrays cover the ship's sides, 1 protects its bow and 1 its stern. When facing an enemy ship equipped with shields, choose your angle of attack wisely and direct your fire at a side where the shields are weakened or completely depleted. Note that enemies' shields recover each round. Okay. The Rogue Trader's flagship is likewise protected by shields. If the enemy attacks you from a side where the shields are weakened or depleted, the ship will take damage. The flagship's damaged shields do not recover at the start of the next turn. Instead, they can be restored using the Restart Shields action on the panel at the bottom of the screen. Restarting the shields reduces the flagship's combat efficiency on its next turn. It will have reduced movement speed and firing range. Okay. And I guess we're going to attack the dorsal cannons. Activate the Gellerfield emergency warp jump in 3. Is that meant to be us? Prowl weapons don't really do anything. Although, what do these things do? Okay. You have fired a torpedo salvo. Torpedoes will appear next turn in the priority order. Once their turn begins, you will be able to direct them. Your own torpedoes can pass through the space occupied by your flagship without damaging it. As soon as torpedoes reach a cell adjacent to any enemy, they explode. Enemy ships can attack your torpedoes and destroy them before they reach their target. One well-placed shot destroys 1 torpedo in salvo. Okay. So then if the torpedoes explode next to you, does that mean you take... Well, I assume you take damage yourself in that situation. Okay, let's see then. Okay. Self-destruct. 3 rounds. Okay, so that's our torpedoes. Wow, okay, this is going to be tough. Turning is going to be quite awkward. Okay. They're just running away. Taking out the torpedoes. Ship combat is quite awkward. Let's see. Still out of range. Okay. Okay. That's not going to reach. Man, this is super awkward. Okay. We're just gonna end up circling each other. What the hell do we how the hell do we actually turn? Okay. Plasma torpedoes. Catching up. There's some way to turn this thing so that... Where the hell is it going? Are we just going to end up going around in circles, or what's going on? Well, okay, let's decide to do that then. That's something. Okay. Exploded. Alright. Brow weapons. 0.0 to 3. Torpedoes. Can't ram. Use our prow weapons. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this. Changing course, disengage. Okay, let's maneuver around this way, I guess. He's obviously about to die. Oh, let's use the dorsal weapon. It didn't die, really? Finally. Okay. Okay. Enemy attacks can penetrate your shield, damage your ship's hull. Damage remains after the battle is over and must be repaired. Open the Void Ship Management screen to make repairs to your ship. Use scrap to repair your ship and restore its hull integrity. Scrap can be found while exploring star systems collected after certain space battles, or purchased from merchants affiliated with various factions. Okay. 16 scrap, ancient machinery, and we've got 1500 experience. Okay. Just cargo stuff, unless we can use that somehow. Okay, that was a bit weird and awkward. Gonna have to get used to dealing with the turning circle. So this is us, I guess. Do we have any rumors? Okay. Stolen stars. On extremely rare occasions, the Drukhari have been observed stealing suns in the Coronis Expanse. Such notorious raids wreak devastation across entire solar systems, but it is the frequency with which these malicious Xenos are depriving humanity of valuable stars that raises suspicion. What could have prompted this increase in their rapacious activities? Okay, well, I'm gonna save it first. Footfall is quite far away. We also have a Drusus Blessing thing here. Alter Templum Calixus. So I guess this is the place that Pascal was talking about, and I assume this is the place where Argenta wanted us to go. But let's check out the Dead World first. Scan it, see what we find. Nothing, but we get 50 experience. Since we're here, Lord Captain, the station's airlocks have been sealed from the inside. A Vox recording is stating that the priesthood of the Alter Templum Calixus X-17 Sanctuary have no desire to communicate with the laity and are refusing access to guests on the basis of their Adeptus Mechanicus' privilege of inviolability, granting them sole jurisdiction over their sacred sites. Okay, not sure what exactly that means, but... Okay, so that means we can't visit it at all. Guess we have to kind of unlock that then. Lord Captain, we have the flagship Drusus' Blessing with a small escort dead ahead. They are requesting a direct Vox channel. Patching you through. The Vox channel clicks, and after a brief pause, a dry, low voice hails you. Greetings, Lord Captain. I'm honored to speak with the rogue trader of House von Valancius. May your name be known through the ages, Chartist Captain Austerius Thorfast, bearer of a free charter of the merchant fleet. How can I be of service? What is your squadron doing here? We develop supply routes for Chartists. You see, my ship is a representative of the merchant fleet in this part of Imperium territory, yet we do not have a fixed charter-defined trade route. Our mission is to establish business contacts with voidfarers in need of regular ship repairs and those who are interested in specialized goods. From where do you source the components you sell? Are you asking me to disclose our supplies to you? Well, frankly, they come from both everywhere and nowhere. We get our wares either from lucky voidsmen who stumble upon an abandoned or dilapidated ship somewhere in the neighboring system, or from unlucky ones whose sorry tub arrives on Footfall in such a state that it's easier to take her apart than restore her. I would like to know about the merchant fleet's operations in the Coronis Expanse. Not sure I'll answer that, but I guess we can ask. For the most part, all the Expanse has is fleets of different organizations and small flotillas of merchant ships. Uninterrupted communication between worlds is a matter of life and death for many outposts of humanity. So even in this dark corner of the Imperium, there are charters and ships assigned to various Adeptus. Alas, the Expanse has next to no stable trade routes, so the job can be precarious at times. Then again, no one is more intimately familiar with the hardships of local commerce than a rogue trader. Let's take a look at your inventory. Okay, so I'm guessing these are ship upgrades then. Provides void ship weapons with targeting data, granting 80% hit chance and 5% crit chance. Okay, so we don't really need that since the one we currently have equipped is better. 90 and 5. And we have a better engine. Although we can take it just for cargo purposes. Repulsor shield. Provides 80 points of protection for each sector. This amount is doubled against enemy kinetic attacks, so ours is still better as well. Okay, we have better plating too, so we have to get to this before we have anything that's long range. So we need to get to at least level 2. Griffon pattern torpedo tubes. Long range lance weapon. Do we have better or not. It says can be equipped, so maybe, well, we can pick it all up anyway. You have received new equipment for your ship. To install it, open the Void Ship management screen from the panel on the right. Double-click the left mouse button on the equipment's icon or hold and drag it to the desired section. Okay. Well, Void Necrons. Okay, what they want is very specific, and we don't have any of that stuff at the moment. Good to know. Okay. Then I guess. So yeah, what we picked up is better. Alright, good. I was reading it incorrectly. Okay. Upgrade hull can be upgraded. Upgrade RAM. Scrap required for next upgrade, 50. Upgrade. Okay. Now, how... Upgrade, okay. Posts. Alright, skill required for Supreme Commander is Persuasion. Okay. 75. Master Cannoneer. Okay, Shield Master. Master of Maneuvers. Abelard or Heinrich. Warp Channeler. No, we can't do that. Okay, never mind. So you can only have one on each thing. Master of Etherics. Awareness. And this one will have Abelard. Torpedo Control. Okay. Athletics, Tech Use, Demolition, Law Warp. Okay. Awareness and Persuasion. That's interesting. Okay, now... where do we go to? Repair. Took some damage. Shouldn't be... Okay, not sure. I guess we'll find out a bit later. For now, let's just go to Footfall. Your Lordship, something sinister is unfolding among the survivors from Rykad Minoris. There have already been several cases of evacuated refugees being found either dead or dying. All of them had been blinded using various means. I fear there is reason to believe that there were agents of the cult among the people who came on board. I knew that anathema would not fully release its hold on those doleful souls just yet. Then let us march and drive it away. Give me a proper report on the refugees. How were they quartered? How are they supervised? The serfs and planetary wardens were assigned to 2 auxiliary lower decks. The commoners are riled up and frightened by the calamity, so to keep their senselessness in check, we only assigned those of sound mind to work and pump sedative gas through the ventilation into the compartments holding the rest. The esteemed nobles and their families were given quarters befitting their status. The horrors of the massacre in the streets are still fresh in their minds, so initially they made regular trips to the lower decks to take out their fears and anger on serfs from our own crew. It would have been disrespectful to confine the nobles to their compartments, so we used shackles of a different sort by generously supplying them with amasec and intoxicants. I need to know more about the killings. 11 bodies have been found thus far. The first victim had their eyes burned out with a gas torch. That sounds unpleasant, to say the least. The second had acid splashed in their face, and the third was found wandering around on their last legs and with metal pins sticking out of their eye sockets. They died before we could interrogate. The rest were killed and disfigured in similar ways through blinding. No trace of the killer's identity was found. Begin interrogations. It will be done, your lordship. If I may interject, there is no need. The interrogations have already been conducted. I put the enforcers on alert as soon as the first body was discovered, though I decided not to disturb your lordship until I had the results. Well, now I do. We have already arrested, 4 perpetrators at scenes of crimes that had yet to take place. Those are not murders, they are suicides. Explain yourself, Seneschal. The people we apprehended were about to blind themselves and end their own lives. I am confident that all who perished did the same. When questioned, they all said the same thing. They are haunted by the sight of the dying Rykad Minoris. Even in their sleep, they still see the same horrific pictures, so the sad wretches would do anything to make this nightmare stop. Add a triple dose of sedatives to rations. Form cleansing liturgies on the decks housing the refugees. We shall banish this blight with strength of our faith. Increase surveillance. Assign enforcers to watch the passengers. If this is not the work of cultists, then I could not care less. Once they're off the ship, that went. Let's increase surveillance. Certainly, Lord Captain, except I'm afraid it is not just the refugees. 3 out of the 4 people we arrested were members of the crew. They watched Rykad Minoris die and it left their minds scarred. We all bear the mark of the dark catastrophe, for it was the attention of the ruinous powers that branded our very souls. May the God Emperor have mercy on us. You were warned, your lordship. It is regrettable that you did not listen. Fair enough, Heinrichs. Fair enough. Let's save it here. Let's go back to the bridge for a sec. Let's see if anything is going on, or if it's just that particular cutscene there. Well, not cutscene, dialogue. I guess there's the old, I think it's a Nietzsche quote there. If you stare too long into the abyss stares back. It would be interesting to know what the foundation of all the lore and the religious philosophy and everything that has been put into the Warhammer 40k universe in terms of, yeah, all the lore and everything, and how that, what sort of real world influences have led to all the different factions, all the aliens and stuff. And I guess now with the sort of Amazon and Games Workshop collaboration for movies and TVs that's supposedly being headed up by Henry Cavill, maybe we'll get some good stories and adaptations of all the books in the Black Library to a visual media, I suppose. Wait for completion of the ship's inspection. Wow, okay, and yeah, hopefully the lore and all the stories get properly fleshed out. Hang on. Footfall. It will take time to confirm that the ship is free of serious damage. Okay, I guess we're going to Footfall now. Alright. Avoid Dock Alpha Row. Can't have Heinrichs, that's fine though. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see which parts of the lore for both Warhammer 40k and Warhammer Fantasy. What particular stories, what particular heroes and villains are going to be, I guess, the quote-unquote star of the first and I guess the initial group of TV shows and movies that are going to be developed. So I think that's pretty interesting. Finally got to Footfall. Yeah, not in, as I was saying before about Amazon, not sure how they're going to go with the collaboration. They could butcher the source material or they could do some really good stuff. So hopefully Henry Cavill has the position, the authority, and the sort of, I guess, pull to keep to the source material, hopefully, and not let Amazon butcher the existing lore and stories as they have done with some of the others. Fingers crossed. Your lordship, forgive me for not welcoming you with the appropriate obeisance. We were told that you would prefer to arrive on Footfall incognito, and so we are trying to attract as little attention as possible. I'm here on behalf of the Liege of Footfall, Lord Vladimir Tokara. The Liege awaits the chance to speak with you at his residence, but if you happen to have other business to attend to, I can serve as your guide and tell you about the station. This is so familiar. Behind the amber-coloured scattering of words of welcome, far less appealing hues lurk, murky and diluted, the look of someone accustomed to lying and hiding their intentions. Someone's coming, and they're coming for us. Watch out, Lord Captain. Abelard sighs and casually places his hand on his weapon. Who's coming? Judging by the voices, there's a lot of them. Angry, they've got teeth, but they aren't that sharp. Their strength is their numbers. Pray, what are you talking about? What could you mean by such a cryptic pronoun?
Hey, newcomers! How's this for a warm welcome?
Give me the power to
Okay.
eradicate my enemies.
Let's set up for this battle. Now, let's see. I think I want Argenta here. Get clean line of sight down there is first. Argenta is set. How do we want to set up then? Maybe we want Argenta over here. Idira can go over there. Pascal can go here. Cassia behind cover. Abelard over here. Stu here. Does this look okay? What is this? Malediction of Rykad. The ruinous powers remember those who witnessed the death of Rykad Minoris. Woe be to any who draws the eye of the archenemy. It seems like I'm the only one with that debuff. That's interesting. What does Cassia have here? Ah, tactical advantage. Okay. Let's start with this then. And not as strong. Get 3 kills, so let's do that. Perfect. Now we will give Argenta pressures because she needs the accuracy. And Abelard can have forewarning. How do we use the Grand Strategist? Arts and area on the backline. Allies back area game plus think for opinions. Backline to be here then. Okay. Rear. All allies in the rear area deal 13% range damage. Again, 8% crit chance, 8. Okay. Well then I don't necessarily want that to be the backline, do I? I want them to have... Can we turn it? Doesn't look like it. Already designated this though. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. Never mind, we'll sort that out after.
Guided by
Let's
faith.
move up here. Okay. This might destroy the cover. Let's do it anyway. That's not bad. Okay. Let's try that again.
Eradicated.
Took out 2 of them. That's perfect. Do I not get Revelin Slaughter? Apparently not.
My ears are ringing.
Well, that was nasty.
Flesh is weak, yet iron knows no pain.
Aim for the opening. Chooses an enemy in their line of sight. She's not in the line of sight. Okay, move over 1. Choose Bloodstained Amelia. Okay. We used Expose Weakness. Now we use Precise Attack. And we're going to shoot her. 44 crit, nice. Cassia will do Voice of Command on Stooge. Extra turn. Now we can do Perfect Spot. Let's just shoot her. $37 damage. Very nice. And exploits on her. Okay. Oh. Point of curiosity. Notch of purpose. Let's do Notch of purpose, see if we can move her. No, but we did do damage. Master Tactician empowers their next attack to deal 4% additional damage for every stack of tactical advantage the Master Tactician has, and loses half of their stacks of tactical advantage rounded up. Okay.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Okay.
I will do my duty.
Now, nearly get the Sworn enemy. I'm gonna charge her. Dodge, okay. Dodge. What's a... Do we know what her dodge ability, rating is, or dodge percentage? It's not. That's annoying. Oh. Pascal was prone, so getting up means he lost his turn. That's a bit annoying. Lots of misses, which is great for me. Can't hit these guys. Oh, we can hit those guys like that. Okay. That's good. Let's do
They
that.
discern the future on the battlefield.
Nice. Okay. I am a bit exposed. We can actually run back into cover. Nice. Exploits on Amelia. How many? Eight exploits. That's pretty good. Nice, nice. Let's give Stooge prescience. Let's do back here. Can't do that, can I? Apparently not. Okay. That's fine. Dudes are at the back.
Doubt is for the weak.
Okay. Prevalent slaw. Don't cover anymore. But get cover over here. It's not those guys. Some is better.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
She's still alive.
I am
Screw
his
it.
will
Let's
made
use
manifest. As the Emperor commands, I act.
the ultimate. Nice. Goes down. What? What's that there? Yep, okay. Something wrong. That was some sort of mistake. Lucky cat.
I'll do it.
Hit him. Yeah, fine. He's done. Pascal dodge. Good. Man, that was a bit dicey. Where can I shoot? Shoot those guys. I shoot these guys. They do have exploits, so let's use precise attack. And now let's see if I can't kill these guys. If there's some over penetration, I'll get both of them, provided I hit. No, just the one. That's fine. I'm still not quite sure how the assassin mechanic works, but unlimited range, okay? Let's... Doesn't seem like we can use him at this... Oh, he's already got one. Okay, so he's the target. Right, I've got to search for that marksman targeting reticle thing. There's 2 of them now. Okay. Cassia.
Isn't this
Let's
a
give
job for the
Stooge another
serfs?
turn. Has he lost it? What is going on? The assassin chooses an enemy in their line of sight and marks an additional opening on this enemy on whichever side is closest to the assassin. If this additional opening isn't hit by the end of the assassin's turn, it disappears. Okay. So we have to do that first. That costs 1 AP. Now we're going to hit him. Alright, nice. So we took out that guy that we marked. Point of curiosity. Both charge out.
I'm not accustomed to being
Both
ordered
get
around.
dragged out. That's fine.
A tactically sound approach.
Abelard. I'll leave that guy up there to my sniper. There's 3 dudes left, so yep. Okay.
One fewer targets.
Nice. I can't use the ultimate yet. Oh, just missed out. Slightly not enough momentum, I guess. Pascal.
The scriptural
Okay.
prognosis is
Machine Spirit Communion. 100%. Nice. Okay. End turn, so this guy comes along. Hero can move up and eliminate it. And we're done. Fine. Perfect. Okay. The shivering young servant looks up at you with horror in his eyes. Emperor, protect me. They killed. Every time I warn them, and then they go, oh, dear Emperor, our Lord and Savior, how could this have happened? Who could have thought? Idira spits on the ground in annoyance. Fear not, young man. We took care of the attackers. Do you know who they were? Your lordship, those guys were Anvers. They're a gang. They're the worst, I'm telling you. They're scared of no one, not even Liege Takara. He glances around like he's expecting more bandits to appear. Does this kind of thing happen often around here? Shooting, yes. Attacks on nobles, not very often. Unless it's the Anvers. They're vicious. Not a week goes by without them killing, gutting somebody. They're wicked heretics. They respect nothing, they follow no rules. Go and report this to the Liege. Yes, I'm sorry, your lordship. I'll just go report to the Liege. They killed her, they killed my lady. Oh, this is terrible. Alright, so we can return to the void ship. If we want, but that's obviously not happening. Okay, let's see. Good amount of loot, actually.
The light of terror shines for us.
Okay. Save it here. Is there? No, there's no loot behind us. There's loot in front of us. There's more guys that we picked off. Okay. Commerce. There's a few commerce checks here.
My house would be proud of me.
More goods. Nice. More goods. Another commerce check. Okay. What's going on here? One, the holy book by the altar, that void dam customs guy. Guess what? Hanger by the window remembered to bow to the emperor through the window. Let's collect all. Corpse looks horrifying. The victim was thoroughly beaten. Before being shoved into the crack between the boxes, one of the hands is clutching a bloodstained paper. That doesn't sound very good. Okay. So there's some loot up there, some loot down there, and a bit of something over here. Right.
If such is the Emperor's will.
Okay, more goods. Is it a leaflet of some sort? Okay. Let's turn back over here. Goods. Another leaflet. More goods. Okay. Well, I think this is a good place to stop this video. We finally made it to Footfall, and we dealt with a sort of ambush. So now we're ready to explore Footfall properly, which is what we'll do in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching. See you then.